Good morning, everyone. It's a lovely Sunday morning here over in Singapore, and welcome back to Belle's Hoyas. If you are new to the channel, I will welcome you to subscribe. I would actually post videos of my Hoyas and care tips regularly. And for my subscribers, a very big welcome back. And I was hoping to film a nice part 5 of my Hoya collections this morning, as the weather is great. It's bright and windy today, and we will go right into part 5 of my collections. And here we go. I have my Hoya SP Java. This one is a new species from Indonesia, and so far has no ID yet, but it has very long, narrow, kind of succulent like leaves. See here. And I have my Hoya Krimson Princess. This one is quite similar to Crimson Queen, but for Crimson Princess, the green color is on the outer edge of the leaves, and it's very, I love this one very much. It's very beautiful. And when they have a new growth coming out, which is not seen here today, but when they have a new growth, it's actually pink in color, and it's very, very beautiful. Yeah. And next we have my Hoya. This one is directly from Indonesia. This one is a Hoya SP Papua, from Papua, obviously. And you can see the leaves are dark green, and it's very long and narrow. And the reason why I got this Hoya is because the leaves are quite special, and the flowers are beautiful. It obviously hasn't flowered yet. I hope I will have a chance to get it to flower and share with everybody. It's a very beautiful white, pure white, delicate looking flower. And but I have to say, this is a very slow grower. It hasn't really put up much new growth since I got it. Yeah. And next we have my Hoya Patricia. As you can see, it is budding up again. Look at those lovely, gorgeous buds. And you can also see from this peduncle here that it has actually flowered quite a number of times. How do you actually see a Hoya, how many times a Hoya has flowered is you could look at this peduncle here, and the number of rings would actually indicate the number of times it has flowered. So for my Patricia, you can see it's quite a few times. I think it's probably about 10 times since I've got this lovely Hoya. And you can see the leaves are quite beautiful as well. It's a little bit hard, and it has some vining. Yeah. And this is Patricia. If you want to see the flowers, I have that in my other videos that I've posted in, and I would add it into the description, the link in the description box below. Next we have Hoya Minahasa. This one is from Indonesia as well, and it is also very beautiful. The leaves are quite special. You can see it's like sort of folded in, and so here's a close-up. And this one is has lovely white flowers as well. You can see it's putting up a new growth. It's quite a fast grower. And next we have Hoya. This one is, let's see. Here we go. Waliniana. Sorry guys, these names are, I don't know if you agree, but Hoya names are really long and sometimes, you know, quite unpronounceable. So for this Hoya, I really love it. You can see the leaves are quite sun stressed, and it has very nice splashes as well. Look at that. It's a very slow leaf. I mean, it's a slow grower and with very small cute leaves. There you go. And at the back we have Hoya Crinkle 8, we call it here. And you can see why is it called Crinkle 8, because the leaves are quite crinkly. And this one is actually a type of canosa. And I just want to share with you guys, I spotted a pidanka, a new pidanka over there. So there is a chance that I might have some flowers, hopefully in the near future. And this is a nice Hoya that's quite an easy grower, and it's you know, pretty fast free, I would say. Yeah. And at the back here we have Hoya Haipong from Vietnam. So I just try to adjust these, and you can see there's a pidanka there as well. Hopefully it's going to bud up soon. And you can see Hoya Haipong. The leaves are pretty normal looking, but the flowers are deep pink in color, and I haven't actually bloomed this one yet. I've pruned it from a small cutting, so I would update you guys when it flowers. Hoya Haipong. And we have the next Hoya here. This one is Hoya Wamanie. And I have to say, for this particular Hoya, it's a little bit more tricky under my growing conditions here. I think, okay, you can see the potting mix. The media, I have already made it especially chunky for this particular Hoya, because it tends to get yellow leaves if it gets a little bit more water. So I know it doesn't like to be you know, too much, you know, it doesn't like to have too much water. So I have to be especially careful for this particular one. Its leaves are very unique. You can see it's like folded inwards, and if it has a right condition, it actually grows pretty quickly. So you can see there are some new leaves that are coming out. And this Hoya also would be very beautifully sun stressed if it's put under the sun. I've tried to do that, but it didn't like it, and it has, you know, dropped a couple of leaves. You can see from here it's a little bit yellow, so I have to be a bit careful with this one. And moving on, we have my Hoya Big Neely. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this name. Yeah, so this one is again a small Hoya that was gifted to me by another kind member here. So I haven't really you know, I have saved it actually from when it was like really in a bad shape. So it has you know, been revived, and these are the new leaves. Yeah, here you go. And we have another SP Java here. This one is a big one. This is actually the mother plant. look at the veins. Oh, so long. And we have what else do we have? Okay, we have some small cuttings here as well. This one is my Coronaria White, which I have saved as well. Again, it's gifted to me by another kind member. We have this Hoya here, which is I'm not quite sure the pronunciation, maybe it's wrong, but it's Latabashiai, I think. I would write it down in the description box below. And I really like this one. It's a very kind of furry texture. You know, it feels very much like, you know, you're touching some animal's fur. You can see at the back. It's very furry and it's quite beautiful as well. And next we have my one of my Hoya Mattel. This is one of my cuttings. And this one is High Pong as well. And next we have Hoya SP Java. Look at the baby leaves here. Yeah, this one is a rather slow grower again, but it's quite a big one, as you can see. And I really love the leaves. Look at that, it's so veiny. And we have some of my mint growing happily here. And next we have my Hoya Crimson Queen. As I shared just now, for Krimson Princess is green on the outer edge, and for Queen is white outside. And it's sometimes they have like leaves that are like, you know, totally white or almost totally white. Some people say that these leaves have no chlorophyll and, you know, they should be taken away, but for my own personal experience, it doesn't seem to affect the Hoya. And in fact, you know, the Hoya is still, you know, very much growing fine, so I don't really think you need to do anything about that. In fact, you know, it adds to the beauty of the plant. And I also want to share, I have a Pidanga here. It has bloomed once, so I don't think Crimson Queen, for me at least, you know, blooms regularly, but it's a beautiful pink color when it does. And next we have my Kanya Kumanuriniana, which I think I have shown several times, you know, with you guys. It's a very small and cute Hoya here, and it's putting up another bloom this morning. Look at that. And look at the shape of the leaves, they're so cute. I have some detailed videos on this Hoya, so you could visit some of the other videos if you want to see a more detailed write-up on this Hoya. And moving on, we have my Hoya. This one is it's either a white dragon, Pubicalyx white dragon, or black dragon. I lost the ID, so I'm just waiting for it to bloom so that I could, you know, give it its proper ID. So it's rolling brown Australis, and it's looking happy. Yeah, here we go. And next we have my Hoya Inflator. This one is a small plant that I grown from a cutting again. This guy has a very cute round bell-shaped flowers, and I'm still, you know, sort of growing it and hoping that it would bloom, but it's still very early days because it's still quite small. And next we have my Hoya Lilyi, Lyi. This one is very cute as well. You know, it has small, very narrow, long kind of leaves that's quite small. and it's a little bit like furry in texture as well. I initially had some reservations about this Hoya because it's apparently a cool grower from China, and I'm not quite sure how it would take Singapore because we are very hot here all year round summer, so I didn't know if it would do well. So if you guys are living in cooler kind of countries, you could really consider this one because I think it does very well in cooler temperature, and I'm not quite sure if you might need the cooler temperatures to make it bloom. Yeah, look at that. Moving on, we have my beautiful Hoya Australis Lisa. Look at the gorgeous leaves here. The variegation is wonderful, and it looks really great under the natural light. And you can see it's quite a tall plant here. And next we have my Hoya Hoya Kaimuki. Okay, again, this one I have rescued it from a two-leaf cutting recently, and it's doing nicely now. It has put up, as you can see, it's put up 2 new growth, and the new growth are gorgeous. Look at the pink, deep red, deep burgundy colors, and there is new growth as well. And moving forward, we have my Shikilena variegated. I think this one is a favorite among a lot of the growers, and of course I have to add it into my collection as well. Yeah, and it's still a very tiny plant, so, and I know it's a slow grower, so I just want to share with you guys. I have one of this as well here. And I have another SP Java that's growing very nicely, happily over here. And this one here is my Hoya Cistentia Splash. I've got a mother plant, and this one is a cutting that I've grown from the mother plant, and it's actually doing better than the mother plant, I think, because I'm using my own potting mix, whereas the other plant is in the original media, which is Cocoa Husk. Yeah, and just look at the gorgeous splashy leaves. Look at that. And this Hoya has very thin leaves, so don't put it under too much sun, and it has to be more frequently watered. And I would also want to share with everybody that it has a peduncle, and it is budding up nicely, so I would share with everyone when it buds up. It's very it's very cute and gorgeous white bell-shaped flowers. So stay tuned. I will update that in the next videos to come when it blooms. So maybe you can consider to subscribe if you want to follow my updates. I want to share my happiness with everyone on my Calastophilia. As you can see, it's flowering. This is probably the 3rd day, and it's still looking very fresh. There's one there, and there's one down there that's looking really nice. You can see that it's starting to come forward, the flower, as compared to the 1st day. So I think it's on its way out, but it actually looks, in my opinion, more beautiful now. Yeah, look at that. Who don't love a Calastophilia? I mean, look at the leaves, the veiny leaves, and look at the flowers. Metallic pink is still in bloom. Okay, the first one that has the first flower that has opened up has closed, but the other two are still, you know, very much in bloom. And I have one there, and you know, one there that's also closing up, I think. Yeah, and another one here. It's still very fresh. And my Unsinata has also just opened up. Look at how lovely it is. I mean, this is not the first time it has opened up, and I think everyone has seen it. But again, look at just how beautiful it is. Look at the orchids, so beautiful. The last thing I would like to do is to share an update of my Imperatrice Palawan buds. They are definitely budding up, and you can see the color on the buds. You know, you can see there's like sort of streaks of different color, and I am really excited you know, for it to bloom. I think there is a very good chance that it would open up from the looks of things. You can see how big these blue buds are compared, you know, to my hand. Look at how huge they are. Yeah, yes, so I just want to share that with you guys. The other Piranha is also you know, growing, but it isn't looking that great. So I don't know, because there's two Piranhas. You know, this one might not make it, so let's see. Yep. So I think that's it for today, guys. And you know, thank you so much for coming. And I know I've been making, you know, quite a few different types of videos recently. I mean, this is more of just to see, you know, what everybody would like to, what kind of content everybody would like to see. So I would really welcome if you could give me some suggestions or feedback, so that I can, you know, improve on my channel and bring, you know, more interesting videos and content for everybody to enjoy. And once again, thank you so much for coming. I would be posting more videos as always. So, and see you again the next round. Bye.